Hey, what's going on, guys?
Getting messy, that ain't what we doing. Early in
All right. Let me just start up my Zoom call real quick before I forget. I always forget to do this in the morning. Chat, how you guys doing today? What's the vibes? What is the vibes? Oh fuck, I'm on mute the whole time? Damn. Anyways, yeah, I think today should be a pretty chill day. Oh no, sorry, you have news today. This is your first news folder of the week, I believe. First like major news folder. And it's CPI. It's Corp CPI. So 8:30 p.m. you're gonna have core CPI for the US dollar. So let's go to damn, why I can't play that music. There you go. Yeah, you have core CPI. So at 8:30, be aware if you're trading any USD currencies. Be aware that you're gonna have a news folder there. So let's go to the focus real quick. Today's focus, and let's go and put USD core CPI. All right, at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. So that's in about 150 an hour and 50 minutes. All right guys, so just be aware of that. But yeah, that's core CPI. You have that in about an hour and a half or lower, an hour and a half. Looking at GJ and gold here for the day, I think today should be a very chill day. Oh, regarding CPI, I think today they're expecting, actually going to forecast your currency, they're expecting bad numbers today, right? If I'm not wrong, they're expecting bad numbers. Previous numbers were 1.2 and they're expecting 0.2. So they're expecting bad numbers. So let's see how that plays out. But that should be good for us. That should be pretty good. They have really bad numbers too, like almost a percentage. And then you have core CPI. Actually good, actually great is good for currency. So it may come out mixed. Let's see how numbers come out here. It's gonna be interesting in about an hour and a half. But again, we're not going to have any buys and self stops. We're just going to be waiting for news to play out and hop on whatever trend price decides to flop over to. All right. So starting off with gold and GJ, I think I'm going to start off with gold today. Gold for the weekly is, as you guys can see, it's pretty bearish here. You have gold here. It's interesting because we came down, we tapped target. All right. So if you guys watch my analysis from like Sunday morning, right, we broke down gold just this week. And we discussed how this is your next target around these levels here. Looking left, like you had all this clean traffic as you really broke below these ranges, right? And price obviously created a top wick and then just started continuing down. So tap target, perfect. 1840 got tapped yesterday. That was pretty dope. There's that. I mean, I'm still bearish. We can still drop further down. Your next target now is like 1790, 1789. I wouldn't be surprised with core CPI if they're expecting bad. I mean, if numbers come out good, obviously, but we'll continue to push down. But if numbers come out bad, then we're expected to push up on gold still. Should be interesting. But daily, for the most part today, is pretty bearish as well. You obviously have a closure below closure. You had the support right around here on gold, right? And if you guys take a look, this is what I wanted yesterday. I really wanted us to close below like 1850 yesterday, which we did. We closed way below it. We closed at 1839, 1838. That's perfect. Looking left now, you have clean traffic now until the next support 1824. So that's my next target here. It's just that right now what price is doing here is it could be potentially creating a top wick here. Again, you don't know if it's creating a top wick or not until you actually flip bearish or show some sign of rejection, because then you can go on a small time frame and put this piece to this piece and create just one piece to create one story to the puzzle. But obviously right now we close below this range here. Looking left here, price should, once it flips bearish, should fill the rest of the range coming down towards these levels down at 1824. So Today's candle, if it does flip bearish, should do something ideally like this. This is what you're really expecting price to do here. Something like this would be ideal. And then yeah, you have that clean traffic drive down and so forth, right? But that's gonna be gold on a daily. I believe the small dropping down to the smaller time from here, you have the 4 candle, which is pretty bullish, but the 4 candle did close bullish, respecting this resistance. That's good. That's good in terms of like, so because if we were to close above, then you can easily say we're going to drive up towards like 1864, right? But since the day is heavily bearish though, and you're closing below the resistance with barely a top wick, any given point this 4 candle can still flip bearish and drive down to retest the lows. So keep that in the back of your mind. If you want sells today, you probably want to see us break below here, probably below 1848. I believe below there is not bad. And then you have, I guess, some type of resistance up here, I guess, right now. This is the range you're currently in right now. But sells below here coming down towards the next support down here is not too shabby. Ain't too bad. That range going down here is going to be roughly 80 pips to 70 pips, 70, 80 pips. So it's not bad. You want to see it's close below first. So if we get closer like this, right? If Chad, there's no guaranteed here, but if you have if you have gold closing like this, then we will take sales coming down. All right, so that'll be lovely, and you can take it down all the way down towards the next support 1840, and that'll be perfect. But if not, then wait for a range 2 breakout. I believe for buys, for me, I'll be comfortable with buys above 1835, I believe, because or even above like 1858, probably above this range here going up. Let's see. For now, I'm just gonna leave my line here. I don't want to, because like there's no buys for me yet, but if we start to like push up above like 1857 level, I'll just adjust my resistance, just because this resistance is more so based off of me looking at levels than me looking at than me actually taking a position above it, you know what I mean? So buys above would be like above 1859, and then this line's just here for a range. But yeah, below 1848 would be lovely, and then that'd be perfect. All right. GJ here. GJ for the weekly looks like we are bearish here. All right, so we're pushing down here, and by the looks of it, we broke last week's low. There's a slight possibility that we may slowly drift down towards the next support down at 157. Now, obviously, 157 is a pretty hefty target. It's like 300 pips away, but we're just following price action, right? Who cares about what numbers show you? It's just price action. Price action shows you that technically we should continue to drive down here. Ideally, you want to see the weekly candle really close below this range first, before you start to see a strong confirmation. But this week's candle could easily just drift down as it breaks those lows there towards next support for Friday. The daily is bearish today. The daily candle is bearish. We closed bearish. Overall, we're closing bearish, reflecting resistance here, and looking left there, you close bearish below this range here. So yes, this candle closed doji below this range, so that's good. Then close above. This candle today should continue to drive down as well towards next support, which is down here at 160. That's my target. So that target should get tapped, and as that target gets tapped, you might see us break through the weekly time frame. My concern is just that there's a heavy support for the daily there, but if you look at the weekly time frame kind of shows you the bigger picture, I guess, right? The 4 candle is obviously bearish as well. We're breaking lows here. We should come down to retest the lows and fill the rest of the range at 159.956 here. On this 4 candle, you have about 2 hours left. I think the small time from here sells for me would probably be if price were to break below. What's this range saying here? You have this support off the rip here. What's this? 160 through a 5. So you have a closure below that level, and you can get some sells coming down towards 160, 109. I think that range is like 20 pips going down. I'm not sure if it's worth the range regarding like looking left, but let's see, you have like 11 minutes left for a 1 hour closure. So I guess below there is not bad, but it's how big is the range? Like 20 pips, 15, 20 pips. I mean, it's not the worst range. How about below 160, 100? What's below there? Yeah, below here's a lot cleaner. Below this support, you have clean traffic coming down towards next support, which is down here at like 159.834. The range going down is a lot cleaner, I believe. I think it doesn't make a difference though. How big is the range? 20 bips, 25? Yeah, it's not bad. You have these two ranges below here. You can probably leave runners towards these levels if you were to take sells below here. Yeah, not bad. Not the worst sells. Pretty decent. And then buys for me would be a range 2 breakout. So these are the sells, and then buys for me would be these are the sells down here, and then buys for me would be probably above this for resistance here. This is a range 2 probably, so, because looking left there, you can easily say this is gonna be your range 1 somewhere in these ranges, and then this is your range 2, or this is your range 1, and this is your range 2, and then this is your buys above here. All right, so gonna avoid whatever is in this range, right, and then take my sells below here, these two ranges, and then take my buys above here, that ranges. That's the levels I have kind of marked up for GJ. And then same thing on gold. Gold for the most part is I'm going to be avoiding this range right now that we're in, and then I'm going to take sells below here, and then I have potential buys above, like I think somewhere up like above here, or above 1860 or something. So that's the day. That's GJ. That's gold. And now that you have that out of the way, trading is pretty simple, pretty easy. You just sit here and you wait for your setup to come to you. And that's all. Nothing else. Nothing more to it. And it should be a pretty simple day. Same thing we do every single day. Alright. Alright. Pretty straightforward. You sound sick? No, I lost my voice yesterday. I was screaming at the Leafs game. Like crazy. I'm not sick. Your boy doesn't get sick. Knock on wood. But I heard he gets sick. Don can't stream tomorrow because he's sick. Yo guys, caught the cold. Yeah, in a crazy game, man. I know damn well Drake doesn't watch hockey, but he even posted about it. Man. Get some light in here. Why not sell below 1850? I mean, what's the difference? Oh, because they below 1850. Below 1850, you have this. But it's like, what's the point of taking sells here with this mini range here going down? You have like a 50-pip range going down until you tap like a next support. Oh shit, bless you. Yeah, below 1850 coming down towards 1848. That's a very small range, right? You might as well wait for ranges below like 1848 instead. Below there's a lot big. It's a cleaner range going down, so why not? Right? Why not just take sells below there instead? I'm trying to see. Is there anything looking left here? What's this over here? What's 147? Because I'm looking at this support right here as well, and below here is not bad. I think that's a lot cleaner. So I think I'm gonna drag it down towards there. Overall. Today will you buy or sell there? Trolling, right? You gotta be trolling. I don't know what to say anymore. You gotta be trolling. You guys looking at a rough night? I have a rough night. I woke up like a little late though. I woke up at 6 a.m. But chat, let's do the game. What time did I go to sleep last night? Guess. Not bad actually. Someone got it. XMW, or no, Circle FX got it actually. I went to bed at 1 a.m. Went to bed at 12:30, 12:40, 1 a.m. So yeah, I'd say 1 a.m. And I woke up. What time did I wake up though? Oh, I told you guys already. 5 hours of sleep, not bad. Not the best, but I go home pretty late. Barely sleep? No, I sleep. You barely sleep. How you know if you're sleeping, you wouldn't know if I'm awake or asleep. So you're the one that's always awake. How much time it took you to become profitable? Waiting for a 30-minute candle closure below the range. Should I shoot for 8 hours? I can't do 8 hours. I think my best, like, I've done 8 hours like for a long time. I think at one point I went to bed every day at 9 p.m. Woke up at like 6 p.m. every day. I was like 9 hours, but I couldn't. I felt very tired. I think my perfect for my body at least, I think it's 6 hours. 6 to like 7 hours, like 5, 6, 7 hours. I don't know. That's just how my body works. I don't feel too groggy in the morning. I don't feel tired. I feel like perfect. But when I sleep for 8, 9 hours, I wake up feeling tired. I don't want to get out of bed. I'm just there like I gotta get up. I used to sleep for so long. I feel like shit still. You know, I'd rather just sleep for 5, 6 hours and just feel good in the morning. Everyone's different though. Everybody's different, right? It's like trading. Are you in a trade? No. If I'm in a trade, you will see it on my screen, and the whole chat will probably let you know that we're in a trade. Though you'll probably tell the vibes in the chat we'll be in a trade, but no, there's nothing on my screen. I did my analysis, and I'll let you guys know exactly when, how, where I will take positions. If I do, when I will, warnings beforehand, wait for closures, this, that, drawings, all of that on my screen. So you don't gotta worry. Come to the streams, like, you will know if we're in a position. You will know if we're potentially taking positions. You will know if we're thinking about positions. You will know all of that, right? That's not just gonna be, you know, impulse, like during like a 6:57 a.m. candle, like, oh, I'm gonna take a sell here just because I feel like it. No, it's gonna be there on the screen and all that. So don't worry. Yeah, Chad, you have CPI today, and looks like you're not gonna get positions on GJ here. So there's GJ. To be honest with GJ, you can avoid this range here. You can probably, I guess you can say like 160.097. If he sells below here, if you were to get a close below 300, you can just take sells all the way down towards like 159. Look left there. That's all clean traffic to the left over here. I wouldn't be surprised if we just rip down. I just don't like the way this is right here. This is sitting over here. This looks kind of choppy. What up, Messi?
What up?
Messi.
GM.
You're in a Tesla trade? Fuck, I didn't tell you guys. Shit. I forgot. Trades taken in breakdowns. Thank you. Huh?
Stock signals?
Stock signals.
I would never.
Just buy a Tesla and go to the moon. So what's so hard about it? Buy Ethereum, chat. Buy Ethereum. So what's going on with Ethereum in the market? Like, why did it just like retrace?
I wouldn't call it a retracement. It pretty much crashed, but it's because it's correlated to tech stocks at this point.
And what happened to tech stocks?
Crashed due to the economy.
Oh.
It's a crazy week in crypto.
A lot of people are. Wait, so does that mean NFTs went down too, or did you stay the same? But Ethereum went down.
NFTs had like a flash crash, but honestly, they're fine. Luna crashed, which is crazy because it's a stable coin. So, Tether, which was their stable coin, is supposed to always be $1, right? And it's at 40 cents right now. It's insane. People were putting their savings in it.
I don't know what the hell Luna is.
basically you would buy, if you had like $1,000, you were supposed to be able to buy $1,000 of this coin, and it's $1 equals $1, right? It's a quote unquote a stable coin, and then you would stake it for like 20% a year, and it'd be like, that's really good yield.
And the stable coin just crashed.
Yeah, it crashed 50%.
So basically, it was supposed to be the coin that I just like. It's like the safe haven. All right, it was technically supposed to be a safe haven pair.
That's what the concept was.
Like gold, basically.
Yeah, it's not the only stablecoin. This stablecoin specifically is like a quote unquote algorithmic stablecoin. But basically, the founder is like has a huge ego on Twitter and talked a bunch of shit, and now it's crashed, and like people are going crazy. It's insane.
Sorry, chat. I brought his audio up. My bad. I don't know why I thought it was that. That's crazy.
No, NFTs are fine. At the moment.
Isn't that normal when people are like, yo, like, I told you, like, look at Ethereum critic, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I seen on Twitter, like, Banks got pretty annoyed. This guy's like, he says something about how something is down. After some guy's like, yo, I told you. I think he's like, yo, my MT are still up. I'm like, it's just like, it's very annoying.
Not Tether, sorry, it's Terra. But I mean, go on Ethereum and look at the weekly chart. And there's so many chances to sell. It's ridiculous. There's 2, 3, 6 weekly candles closed bearish in a row.
Yeah, like fucking
like the
price action
should not be surprised, right? I mean, the traders should not be surprised.
Honestly, man, like all these.
Look at that shit, bro.
Like, look at this. Like you like look at this chat. What is this?
At what point were you?
This is a range one breakout. Like from 3,400 is a range one breakout. And then look, this candle goes back into the range. You have the fake out. Next candle, no top wick. Okay, cool, whatever. But overall, the range got filled. and I don't know, man. Yeah, like me and Marcus was talking about it too. Like price action follows crypto for the most part, or at least the way we see it, the way we trade. At least it makes sense, right? It's like we knew we expected price to drive down here. Even Marcus tweeted about it. And then all these crypto people on Twitter are like, yo, look at like it's crashing, it's going down. Oh wow, it's usually close below the range. I didn't realize. No, not enough of top wick though. I was expecting more so like the most recent resistance chat, like 160 to 200. So even either way, I wouldn't have gone in. Anyways. I would wait for a nice top wick and then sales coming down towards here for 40 pips. But you're gonna need a steeper top wick than that. If it drives, it drives, I guess. Oh, I'm looking at gold here. We're about to sell this.
Top wick was 2 pips.
Yeah. I just gonna say I tapped the most recent resistance up here. Kinda, not really. Came kind of close, but that was not enough for me. And the stop loss would have been the previous 30 high, I guess, or previous 15 high. Oh no, it's not my trade. I wouldn't have taken it. Yeah. It closed below. The sub was there, but the entry wasn't there. Now you can take more sells below here. Below 160.097. MT4? No, MT5. Can I send a chart in chat? No, send it in Discord. Send it in our Discord server, and then it says like charts for stream, and then from there you will have access. Send chat. Speaking about charts, I gotta go review them real quick. Change. I just I was gonna do charts for stream. So over here you have the charts for the stream. Ooh, you see this chat? You see this group chat, guys? You see this over here? It says Vancouver. It's official. We're going to Vancouver. Imagine everyone sees that chat. Everyone sees the leaked address. The DBS house. Alright, what do you got going on over here? Buy stop loss. Watch the stop loss there. That's not a logical stop loss. Unless it's a small time for stop loss, like a 30-minute stop loss, but for the most part, I think the most logical stop loss here would be over here. And then the most logical entry would be over here. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. Not really my trade, but I get the idea. It's a closure below above. But stop loss doesn't seem too logical. What's this over here? 10 pips, 5% closure. Close 5%, 1852.7 on 30 minutes, respectively the 5-minute support. Enter on the break of the highs on the 15 minutes. The loss based on the 15-minute lows. Enter at the break of the highs on the 15 minutes. The loss based on the 15-minute lows. Yeah, pretty solid. Closure above, back into this range here. Above those black lines. Perfect. Pretty nice entry. Close above this range. Price should fill the range. Coming up towards 1856. Yeah. Pretty good positions. Next, FX. Next target, fill the wick. What wick? Oh, I guess talking to the left. You know, fun fact, that wick that you're pointing out probably is just a small, clean trap on a small time frame. GJ range 1, no trade range, sells below here. Yeah, perfect. You need a closure below here, and then we'll be good. Solid, man, solid. Look at that top wick. Boom. That was the top wick I wanted, right, chat? That was what we waited for. And now you're probably punching the air like, yo, fuck, I entered. This guy didn't want to enter. And now you're in that scenario that Marcos kind of talks about all the time. But yeah, now you can't really get an entry though, because on the flip, I'd rather see it break its own lows now. But the break of own lows now is down at 163, 160, 135, right? So this range is probably chalked here. This range is probably gone. You probably can't do much in this range. You probably want to wait for the closure below 160.097 now. How big was that push though? That push was break of lows, give you 6 pips. Yeah, I don't know. And in this range over here gave you 8 pips. Yeah, no, that wouldn't happen 10 pips anyways. So you save yourself an extra bullet today. No positions. No. Chat, be careful with gold here. I'm just saying this because the hourly candle, you have the previous 2 candles here that have all rejected